PM warns US over Iranian threats at Jewish Federation's GA. Arsonist satellite mosque near Ramallah. Israeli-Indian air and missile defense system passes first test. And Israel sending Ebola field hospitals and staff to Africa. Shalom and welcome to the Jerusalem Post News. The top stories for November 12th. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned the US not to embrace Iran in its fight against Islamic State in his video address to the Jewish Federations of North America's General Assembly last night.
Ladies and gentlemen, some people have suggested that Iran can help America solve the problems of the Middle East. But Iran is not part of the solution. It's a huge part of the problem. The Islamic State of Iran is not a partner of America. It's an enemy of America. And it should be treated as an enemy by keeping tough sanctions on the regime, by making clear that the international community is determined to do whatever it takes to prevent Iran from breaking out or sneaking out to get the bomb.
The danger of a nuclear Iran figured prominently in Netanyahu's address, even though the US, the EU and Iran failed to bridge the gaps between them during 2 days of discussions in Oman. November 24th is the deadline for an agreement to halt Iran's nuclear program. Israel has become increasingly concerned that the six world powers will settle for a deal that makes some gains but leaves Iran with the capacity to build nuclear weapons. Residents of a village near Ramallah reported that a mosque was set alight early Wednesday morning. The residents of Mrer, east of Ramallah, said the lower floor of the mosque was damaged and they discovered anti-Arab graffiti on the walls. The villagers and a Palestinian Authority official blamed settlers for the arson. Authorities launched an investigation into the incident. In a separate incident overnight, police said unknown assailants threw a petrol bomb at an ancient synagogue in the Arab town Shfaram in northern Israel. There was small-scale damage and police were investigating the incident. This comes less than 2 days after an IDF soldier and an Israeli woman were killed in two separate terror attacks, the former in Tel Aviv and the latter in the West Bank. Israel Aerospace Industries announced this week a successful trial of its Barak 8 air and missile defense system. The system shot down a target that simulated an incoming hostile aircraft. The trial, conducted in collaboration with the Defense Ministry, tested the next generation of defenses currently being installed on Israeli Navy ships to protect them from a variety of threats. These include Hezbollah's Yakunt surface-to-sea guided missiles. The Barak 8 is being jointly developed with India's Defense Research and Development Organization. It will also be deployed by the Indian Defense Forces. And Israel is sending field hospitals and staff to Africa to help fight Ebola. Final preparations were underway in Ashdod on Tuesday as authorities prepared to send equipment and medical supplies to West African nations worst affected by the disease.
Each clinic consists of 20 beds, and it's a fully equipped clinic with beds and with carts and treatment carts and oxygen and certain medication and protection gear.
The delivery, which is expected to be shipped from Israel on Friday to Sierra Leone, Liberia and Guinea, includes 6 cargo containers of specialist equipment to set up portable field hospitals. Each country will receive 2 containers of equipment. Further aid will also be distributed to Cameroon and the Ivory Coast in an attempt to stop the disease spreading further. And that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with the top stories from Israel. Until then, shalom from the Jerusalem Post studio.